Okay, second type of project we're going to be building in the wood shop, grade 8 program, is going to be a V-carve sign. So we're going to be using an engraving toolpath this time, not a profile toolpath. It's a little different. Anyhow, we're going to open up our program. Okay, and actually before we do that, let's go and we'll set up our dimensions first. So we'll go create new file. We're going to be changing this to 6 inches by 6 inches, and the thickness of our material is now 0.5. So it's a half of an inch in thickness. Data in position bottom corner, inches will be the units, and press OK. Now instead of going and getting a bitmap right now, we're going to go online and we're going to find an image that we want to make. We're going to go probably a Google search. Okay, let's see if I can find my Google search here. Here it is. Okay, so I'm just going to go look for just an image. Doesn't really matter. So I'll just go Donald Duck. Now, when the image that we're going to be looking for, we're actually looking for line drawings. So type in line drawing as well. They're just a little bit easier for the V-carve program to figure out when it's converting. So I'll just pick one that I like. I kind of like this one. It's pretty simple. So I'll pick this one. And I'll take the image. I'm going to right click on it, and I'll say, let's say copy, paste, save picture as. Maybe that's what I'll try. I'm pretty sure that's what we did before. I'll go to my desktop, Donald Duck JPEG. That'll work. Save it there. I'll just minimize that just in case I have to go back into it. V-carve Pro. Now I'm going to go import bitmap for tracing, just like you've done before. Go to the desktop. We're going to go look for that image, JPEG. There it is. Click on it to open it. There's my image. Alright. Now, as remember from before, while it's selected, you can go to your trace bitmap and select black and white. At the bottom, take the fading off, preview, and apply. Close. Now you can see we've got vectors based on our Donald Duck. Now, with this type of bitmap, you got to remember or understand something. It's okay to have two vector lines, one on the inside and one on the out. As a matter of fact, if you only had one, like for example out here, if you only had one of these, what the machine, the program will think you want to do is to make a V engraving or V carving between, let's say, this most outer line and I don't know, something directly across from it, like way over here. So it will think it needs to remelt all the material between those two lines. So it's okay to keep both vector lines inside and out. That being said, we want to make sure we're not taking too much information. You might not want this cut out at the top here. So we're going to keep what we want by selecting the vectors that we want to keep, and then deleting the bitmap and the rest of the information as well. So holding the shift key down, making selections to the lines that you want to keep. This will take a little bit of mouse work because you can see that there's a lot of vectors here. There we go. Keep that one. Don't want to miss anything. Okay, some more in here, there, and a little bit over here. So again, important to have a mouse to work with so you can zoom in and out pretty easy. Okay, and I'll drag it around just to make sure I'm not missing anything. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to keep all those things. I'll press Control-C to copy it this time. You can go into your edit, copy if you want. I don't need to do that. Back out all the way, select the whole thing and delete it all. Control-Paste, paste back our vectors that we want to keep. Now you can look and see, did I get them all or did I not? You might have to undo just going back and then just redo as you go. Alright, next step, toolpaths. This time we're not doing profile, we're going to V engraving. Click on that. And not a lot of things to set here. Flat depth, you should set. What might happen eventually though, if you cut it and you're finding that it's actually not cutting deep enough, you might have to change your start depth. And if I remember correctly, we went 0.0125, which is just a little bit deeper than the surface itself. And when you do that, it moves everything down, like the final flat depth cut will be a little bit deeper as well. And it cuts a little bit deeper. You might have to do that. You'll have to run it through the machine and then see, and then if it didn't work, you come back, you edit your toolpath, and you have to change that. That's okay too. I'll show you how to do that in a sec. We're going to calculate that. This is what it's going to look like. Okay, so we can see the engraving looks pretty good. It looks deep enough that it actually makes the entire thing. And you notice that the eyes, because there was just one single vector line that went around it, it hollowed out everything in the eye, which actually looks kind of cool. So I like that. Alright, so I'm going to save this. Yeah, we'll save it, close that, and make sure it's selected there. Go to Save Toolpath. Again, make sure you've got CWI Professor Basic selected here, and then saving your toolpath. I'm going to rename it. I actually didn't name it at the bottom of the last one. I probably should have, but for the sake of brevity, it didn't. Missed it. So we're going to call this Muro Engraving. There we go. And there, again, MMG file is the one that you're going to put on the memory stick. So don't get that confused with your CRV, which we're going to save right now. Save as. And I'm going to save in your documents. Again, this is the CRV file. So I'll delete that. There we go. And we're going to call this an engraving as well, so you don't get it confused with any other ones. There we go. Save that there. Done. Now, I'll minimize, double check with Mr. Moreau, everything is set properly, and then of course, he'll let you know if your MMG is good to go. He'll show you what it's going to be on your desktop, and he'll give you the thumbs up to put it onto the thumb drive. I'll find it here so I can see what we're talking about. And there it is. So there's an MMG file, and that's the one we would put on the memory stick. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know or ask your neighbor, and we'll see you in the next one.